Hello, adventurers! How's it going? How's it going? It is. I've not been outside yet, so I don't even know I don't know what the weather is like outside. If I turn that down, maybe it's good for y'all. Hopefully the music audio is good. It's not too loud or anything. Hopefully. Hopefully I'm not cutting out as well. Do let me know if my mic is cutting out. Do let me know. But anyways, we're gonna be working on Project Ichor some more. We're gonna be working on it, and we've been actually on the backside. We've been working on some enchantments as well. Super excited. Some have names, some don't. I don't know how basic I want some enchantments, or maybe have enchantments feel more of a rare tier item. So there's that. Maybe that's what I'll do. I don't particularly know per se when it comes to that stuff. So if we do go the route of making them rare tier, so a bit more powerful than common, that allows for more leeway when it comes to how powerful the items are. We could also make it so that they're maybe stronger than that, I guess, in more sparse in the sense. Who knows? Not too sure yet when it comes to that stuff, but I think a lot of the ones that we have been working on are pretty damn cool. My favorite ones are probably the different items of invisibility and the item called No Peeking and Contagious Fear. I'm honestly surprised and excited for these two. So super stoked. But yeah, let's do some work on the classes. Let's do some tweaking and editing and all that stuff. Let's do that. I finally started making a list of saves, or like the umbrella term for each save. So far we have psyche for mental ones, for mental saves. So like like fear or charmed. Maybe, yeah. I would say petrified. Maybe I would say maybe. I would say that because a save against a spell, for some people, they would just use their spell casting resource. So if a caster were to save against a spell, they would just use their spell casting resource amount plus the d12, and that's their save or whatever, and they would have to beat the save of that spell. So if the spell required we'll say a 16 psyche save, you would just you just add your spell casting resource amount to your roll, and then see if you beat it or not. Really simple. Nothing too complex about that. Man, I wonder what other ones we could add. I wonder which ones. Let me wonder. So. Alright. Cool. Just making sure that everything looks good on my end. Okay, everything looks good. Okay. Odd, very odd. All right. So what is this? This is Barbarian. Done some pretty good work on it. It's not really my main concern for the time being. My main concern for the classes would have to be the Aethera, which is this one? Yeah, the Aethera, because we do not have a third specialty for it. We have been editing it quite a bit, which is nice. So we're reorganizing a lot of the abilities. I decided to, for balancing reasons, for the 4AP section, we're gonna have 3 normal abilities and then one specialty ability from each specialty. So we just need the third specialty to be here, and then for 6 AP it'll be 2 from each, with maybe 2 or 3 non specialty abilities. And then the same thing would be said for 8. 10 might be where we start to mostly focus on specialty abilities, as well as 12 and 14, because those are like the high-end, strongest abilities of that class. So I think we'll mostly, for those 3 sections, we're going to mostly focus on specialty stuff. We might add a like a normal ability, like something like this, we might add to later on, but I don't really see that for 12 or 14. So here for Crazy Bomb, I think this was for the Alchemist, but I'm not too sure about it per se. The other class that is a big concern is Monk. Not so much. I mean, yeah, Monk doesn't have a third specialty, but I'd say the only concern with Monk that we did have in the last stream was the Spirit Warrior and a bit of Hellblade. But we pretty much solved that issue, so not really a huge concern in terms of needing a third specialty. I have some ideas about it, but it's not up there in like the red zone of like, okay, we need to focus on it heavily, versus the Aethera and the Runai. So the Runai, Necromancer's perfect, Necromancer's great, it's golden, it just needs some reorganization and such. But other than that, it's golden, it's good. Sorcerer does need some love, but again, not too worried about it. Again, just not. I already have like one of the cool ideas of the Elemental, the Sentinel, which was kind of like the psychic wielder, caster, and the Weaver, which was like the time person, dealing with time and sand and whatnot. But again, it's pretty much good. Like, just need some reorganizations, you know, touching of stings and whatnot. But that's about it. And then, is this the... Okay, so that's Sorcerer. And then, Vithros. Vithros, good. Vithros was probably the third class that I worked on. Again, just need some reorganization. Actually, for Vithros and Sorcerer, I think these were the two classes where specialties would be in the early game of 2 AP, 4 AP, all that stuff. So we might do that in terms of them getting more options at the very beginning in terms of AP category wise. Or we might just balance everything out where everything is spread out evenly. So we could do that. But again, not too concerned about it. It's fine. Nothing to worry about. Warlord, again, really, really good. Did I really scroll over Runai? Where the hell is it? I'm pretty sure that I did. And I'm being an idiot. Yeah, here. Yeah. It's so small that I scrolled over. Like, we haven't done anything for 10 or 8 or 12 or 14. Like, we have not done anything for them. Not even for 4 or 2. We really need to, like, work on this class because we haven't done anything. Yeah, it's almost really pitiful and sad to say that. All right. Okay, I'm gonna be right back. I gotta get something from outside. So, BRB. Listen to some chill tunes. And we're back. And we're back. Mm. This humidity is like really drying up everything. Alright, so for the Runai. The plan for the Runai. I feel like this is a tad bit loud. I'm just gonna turn it down quite a bit. Hopefully that's good. So for the Runai is similar to the Aethera in the sense that the Aethera is an illusionist and enchanter, in so to speak. I say illusionist because they have abilities where they could make ethereal objects appear, like a part of a bridge, a part of an aqueduct, part of a wall. So it's kind of like an illusion. It's not a real thing there, but it's in the style of construction and creating things that function as masonry, machine, carpentry, all this stuff. So a very labor-intensive theme around this caster, whereas the Runai is this summoner, pure summoner of constructs, not really constructs, machines and other things. The reason why I say they're kind of similar is because you could possibly argue that illusions dabble in summoning, or at least conjuration, and I feel like conjuration's kind of in every field of magic, really. So for the Runai, we gotta focus heavily on summoning things and conjuration and whatnot. It's gonna be interesting. Gonna be quite a predicament, really. Sure. I do like this ability. I think that's fine. Order of the Ancient. I feel like this is good. I feel like we could do this. Yeah, why not? We'll do this. Yeah. It's like, I think it's yellow, blue, and then orange, green. I think that's what it is. Archive registry. Okay. Yeah. So this is where no. Enchantments are going in the other book. Okay. In this book, we're also reorganizing monsters or creatures, really. So, for this one, we started to reorganize them based on category of their creature type to make things more accessible and efficient, very streamlined, so that you're not flipping through a bunch of pages trying to find something. You're just going to a section, looking in that section, and that's it. Versus the whole damn book, which I find to be really fun. So there'll be a section for celestials, and you can find that celestial creature that you need. Same thing with fiends and demons and devils. Where the frick is... Okay, here. So, yeah, yellow, green, orange, blue, and then red and purple. But then indigos, they're separate thing. Okay. There we go. Cool. Order of the Blood Ring. Okay. Do we want to do a blood summoner? don't know. Man. I honestly don't know. I don't. Damn. Shit. We could possibly do a specialty where it's more. Maybe not summoner focused, but more self-support focus. We could do that, I guess. I think we could do that. I think that's doable. Or we can kind of go for like a noob Cybot, so to speak, like a blood themed noob Cybot. Maybe implement some Sub-Zero into it. Maybe, I don't know. Oh god, that is an interesting thing. Because I feel like we already have like some. I feel like we have plenty of dark specialties already with the monk, the necromancer, dryad, Hosai. That's pretty much it. I mean, Bithros, yeah, sure. I feel like we could do that too. I mean, all right. Let's see here. Let's focus on this area. Okay, so we got this one, which I think is nice. You can't open. Okay, so this one was kind of more of a range, increased range, maybe even movement ability, which is nice. Okay. Okay. What would be a cool other ability? Another cool ability. Let's see here. Maybe. that. I feel like what we could do is we could possibly change how we lay this out, in the sense that we, where is it, we change this into a normal class ability and not a specialty one, and I feel like that would be better. I feel like that's a better idea than having it be a specialty, because then it just feels like the specialty is what the class should be. So I feel like we gotta change that up. So let's change it up. We'll put this be here. I don't know why that was a thing. Put that in. Oh wait, hold on. I messed it up. Okay, so let's fix that. There we go. Okay. And then Order of the Ancients will be something else. And then we'll get rid of this one. We'll put this here. I feel like we'll put this for the fourth one. Why not? Let's put this in number 4. Okay. We'll move this one up here for organization. Was this supposed to be for the blood rune? I honestly can't remember if this was for the blood rune. Frick. Unseen runes. Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, we just need a 4th one for here. Okay. Moses, when you done, this will set sure, that can stay. That can stay as that. Why not? Okay. So that can stay there. We could do that. But then, oh, damn. Okay, so the idea that I had was we could give an ability to the Runai that acts similar to an enchantment. But I feel like that's then destroying the whole, Runai are supposed to be separate. How each class is meant to be separate in a sense. But the thing is, with that argument, then, you know, monk, barbarian, like monk and barbarian shouldn't be separated at all, or neither should any, you know, martial class. So, I feel like we could do that because we already have this parallel between sorcerer and, or not really sorcerer, um, Vithros and Ascendant. We have this parallel to each other where one is like supposed to be this hero, like hero of justice, and the other one's more like an anti-hero personality. And then Necromancer is like the antithesis to the Sorcerer because of how Necromancy is meant to be like this unspeakable, you know, taboo in school of magic, and Sorcerer is meant to be like this pure version of it, which is always not the case because you can always be a dark sorcerer without ever learning necromancy. So we could do something like that where Runai and Athera are, you know, like BFFs, super close, always piggybacking, like carrying each other and supporting each other, so to speak, through abilities and whatnot. We could do that, which I don't see a problem with. The only issue is players having a problem with that, in the sense of people saying, then why didn't you just combine these two classes? Which, yeah, anyone can do that. Anyone can combine any class. I mean, for damn sakes, I combined Ranger, Druid, and Rogue into the Dryad. I did that. It's why there's no Rogue class, or a Druid class, or even a Ranger class. To be fair, D&D could have done that, and so could Pathfinder. And I've said that for a long time when my friends would try to make an argument of keeping Sorcerer and Wizard separate. Would be, then why the hell is there a Druid and Ranger class? Why aren't they the same thing? They should have done that. So really, the argument is there in a sense, but the argument is also invalid and doesn't hold any water. So damn, it's really freaking hard. Really damn conflicting. You know what? I mean, we give every class a healing ability, and I mean, Hosai has a necromancy-like specialty, which I think that's totally fine, you know, Plague Doctor and whatnot. So I don't really see the harm in just giving them one ability that kind of feels like an Athera ability, but changed to the Runai. I don't really see a problem with that. I think that's totally fine. Okay. Well, for now, we'll call it Rune Enchantments. We'll call it that for now. And then, hold on, did I write? I hope I did not write this ability, and then I'm gonna rewrite it again. Okay, I don't, wait. Okay, yeah, this was meant to be like the blood rune. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, okay, cool. We can continue on the merry way. Alright. Uh, bu- 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 We can even add some elemental flavoring to. We can also do that as well. Or, hmm. Nah, I don't think so. Nah, maybe not elemental stuff. I don't think we need everything to be elemental. I don't think we do. I don't think so. Okay, able to carve runes into items to give them power. Uh, do we want this to be a chart thing, or do we want to just have like a small list? A chart thing, as in like it continues on with other um, ability increases, or do we just want like a short list and that's it? Like this is it. I'm leaning more towards a a list similar to here, but the base class ability, just something small, short. So maybe 1 to 4 things, I think. Um, I think that's totally fine. Um, we'll just do. Ooh. What if instead of light, it's darkness? Instead of light, maybe is darkness. That could be interesting. Maybe we could do both. You could shed bright light in a radius of this, and then you can spread some darkness around you. That is interesting. I think that'd be kind of cool. Or, do we want to do bright light and darkness? Or do we want to do a different thing? How about, okay, so I'm gonna do one thing. Item becomes visible until it's used. How about oh, you're able to carve into item can only have one rune and from the following list only lasts for, we could say, maybe it only lasts until a long rest, maybe? Maybe we can do that. Only lasts until a long rest. It's totally fine. Okay, so there we go. Let's see. Okay, how about we'll say name here, and then we'll just do grappled, and I guess we could do that. Is increased. Is doubled. We'll say that. We'll do that. Something kind of like a Goliath kind of thing. Goliath giant kind of thing. And then what do y'all think? the more I think about this, the more I think that we can like legitimately turn it into a specialty. That like, damn. Because I'm not too sure about the blood rune. I'm just not. I'm actually gonna get rid of the blood rune one, and I think we'll replace it with this one to be like a rune carver. I think we'll do that. I think we'll do that. Or maybe like Order of the Rune Scribe. Maybe Order of the Rune Carver. I don't know. We'll leave it as a placeholder, I think. Then we'll write something for it. Then we'll get rid of this. Okay, so let's see here. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see here. Carve runes into items to boost their capabilities, maybe their qualities. Let's see here. Carve runes into items to how about this? Our items by carving runes into okay, and then but can be broken. If the item takes damage or is purified. Or cleansed of the rune. Yeah. Yeah. The following two. Okay, and then we'll do this. Yeah. Let's hear. Become resistant to being grappled. To being grappled. Maybe restrained as well. I feel like grappled is good. Become resistant to being grappled. You may oh yeah, we could probably even make that specific to the rune by saying if you activate, you may spend a rune. These runes last until you take a long rest, but you can be broken. Okay, so last stream, I was wondering, should casters be the only one with a spendable resource, as in their spell casting resource? And martial classes don't get a resource like that, but they still have cool abilities. So, for example, Barbarian would not have a rage resource, but they will have an ability that says, we'll say maybe twice per day before needing a long rest, you can rage for 1 minute or maybe 1 hour, and during that rage, during that duration, you get these benefits. And then maybe if you upgrade that ability by putting 6 ability points in it, then you can rage equal to your instinct bonus. Same thing for the same duration until you finish a long rest or whatever. Maybe we'll start with you can rage equal to your instinct bonus per long rest. And then maybe if you spend 8 ability points, you can rage in a limited amount of times. And these are the benefits you get, but this is also a drawback. I feel like that's nice. I feel like it's a good way to go about it. Because it streamlines a lot of things, and it's one less thing to really have to consider. I think that's a good idea, because when it's coming to the Warlord, I just don't see... I don't see that class using a resource. I just don't. It just seems weird, but for casters, it kind of makes sense for them to have a resource to spend to do stuff. To do like extraordinary things. I don't know. I feel like it's a good. I feel like that's a good thing to do. feel like that's something to really consider um, moving forward. And then then another one could be another one could be so it can become resistant to being grappled. Become resistant to being grappled. Damn. Let's see here. Let us see. Let us see. Become resistant to being grappled, or resistant to being grappled. Resistant to being grappled, and then the other one could be. How you doing? How goes it? Hope work is treating you well. Ah, damn. Okay, so this one would be become resistant to being grappled, and then the second one should be maybe. Damn, I'm really struggling to damn. It's work, lol. Doing alright, doing alright. It is? Let me go to my... Let me go to this setting. Where is it? I'm gonna increase that. Is that better? Bam, bam, bam. cool, cool. Alrighty. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so... yeah, honestly, just chilling, just working on the game. Haven't really done much since last stream. So, really gotta focus on one of the classes because haven't done much with it. So we're just trying to chug away and do some work on it because it doesn't have that much going for it. Let's get rid of this one. Let's move this one up. Let's move that one there. Yeah, no worries, no worries. Thank you for coming by and chilling with us. Okay, I'm gonna change this one to just that because we're not really gonna be doing. We're not gonna be doing a spooky subclass for this one. I feel like there's already too many spooky subclasses. So I don't think we need anything else. At least not until we do a spooky module. I don't think we need any more spooky stuff. Damn. Okay, so empower items by carving runes into them. These runes last until you take a long rest, but can be broken if the item takes damage or cleansed of a rune. And you start with start with 2 runes. Oh, am I getting a package? I can't tell if that's FedEx or UPS. I think that's FedEx because that is a white van. It is. What did I get? Alright, I'm gonna check to see what the package is, so I will be right back. If any of you need water, please get yourself some water. It's hot as hell where I am, mostly humid, so get yourself some water. Pig, and we're back. We are back. Got a package from Costco. We got the Fruity Mentos, some lollipops, and Starburst. I'm more of a fan of Mentos. I mean, I used to be a fan of Starburst, but not really anymore. They're honestly not my favorite as much. Mentos, on the other hand, I love that stuff. Like, I could binge eat like a whole tub of Mentos. I don't know why. It's just something. It's just something I can do. Where the hell did my other pen go? That's like a third pen, and now I know. Oh wait, is it over here? Yes, it is. I found it. Awesome. Cool. Okay. For this one, I will say, maybe, how about if the item will come back to you. Using you can call the item to you after throwing it. I think it's a cool room. That could be a cool room. I think so. I think it's good enough. Okay. Order of the Rune Carver. What colors should it be? Maybe like a light orange and kind of like a maybe like a blood orange too for the highlight, maybe. Maybe something like that. Maybe, I don't know. I think we could do that. Why not? Why not? Well, we'll make it a more peachy orange. What is like a peach? Yeah, like a peach. I don't know why. I just think the color peach screams Rune Carver. I don't know. I'm just color coordinating shit so I can see them better. That's what I'm doing. Maybe like a okay. Let's try. I like that. I like that. Yeah, it's kind of nice. Blood orange and peach will be the order of the rune carver. That'll be that. Mm. Order of the rune carver shall be known as the blood orange peach. Honestly, that was so fucking delicious to taste, like peach with blood orange. Super sweet and some bitter. Yeah. I don't know why. Blood orange always tastes bitter to me. It just does compared to other stuff. Alright. Okay, so we got that one. Let's go down here. Put that there. And then... Ooh. That'll be kind of cool. What if... maybe, like, not so much as it... Oh, wait, that's in the wrong section. Gotta move that down. There we go. Okay. For this one, or would it be a... I don't know. Would that be like 2 AP or 4 AP? If you can hold spells in a rune, and I know that there's already a spell for that in like Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder, but I kind of want to make an ability. Maybe that would be early on. Maybe. Let's go here. Maybe not all spells, maybe specific spells, maybe like, God, maybe like spells that, Not too sure. Um, Damn. Da. Hmm. Hmm. Da. Let's see. Hmm. Damn. Okay, so order the rune carver. Order of the rune carver. Let's see. Uh, Gain 2 additional runes. No, let's do maybe. Hmm. Uh, Damn. I could see why I waited forever to work on this class because it's just so difficult to do. Hmm. Damn. We got that. There we go. Let's see. let's see here. Try to find some inspirational characters with this ability. I guess we could do that. Do like an item summoning ability. Let's see here. Versions of items. These. They must be able to carried and maneuvered by one creature of size medium or small. Let's see here. No. Okay, so let's see here. So you can summon ethereal versions of items that must be able to be carried and maneuvered by one creature of size medium or small. Oh, if the item is destroyed, is damaged, it's immediately destroyed. See, that's kind of the issue, because the the way that I'm thinking is kind of how Skyrim is thinking about it, to where it's like the summoning magic in Skyrim, you're able to summon like ethereal type weapons where they're not really the way that they look, they don't look real per se, but they do have some weight and um, properties to them to make them be real. But in a sense, oh, it's so weird. It's so confusing. Damn. I think this ability is okay. I think it's good enough. I think this is good enough. Um, able to summon ethereal versions of items that have a size limit to them, and if they take damage, then they're immediately destroyed. So that way, it's not overpowered. How long would it last? Maybe just last until it takes damage, maybe? Mm. Mm. Immediately vanish. Maybe, yeah. Be used. Equal to the amount of spell cast and the amount of wounds you have. And runes, their spellcasting source. Okay, I think that's good. I think that's good. This could be a rune carver ability. Rune of spectral energy. After carving a rune on a surface, an illusionary image of a creature will appear. The illusion cannot move more than 25 feet away. Yeah, this could be a rune carver. A rune carver ability. I think it can. There we go. I think that's I think that's good enough. I guess some media monolith. Okay. Oh, what could also be another cool thing? What could also be another interesting thing to do? Maybe... Damn, did I... Where? Oh, where? No, that's not it. That's not it. Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Was it this one? No, that's not it. That's not it. Crap, where the hell? Frick? There was literally a document where... Oh shit, did I get rid of it? God damn it. Did I seriously... I probably did. Oh, I probably most likely did. Damn it. Hold on. Damn it. Yeah, I think I got rid of it. Shit. Shit. It was a, there's like a little note section where I was writing out like, what each class was supposed to be like. So for the Aethera was like this enchanter illusionist, and the Runai was meant to be this summoner conjurer thing. Man, or were they, or was it reversed? Was the Aethera the enchanter conjurer, and then the Runai was a summoner illusionist? Nah. Either way, I don't see a reason why they can't be different, or why they can't be the same. I mean, different and the same. Why not? I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Okie dokie. So, frick. I like this one. We'll say a 15. Beer state. You don a set of mystical armor. Hmm. I don't know if I. So I don't know if I want this armor to be like an item or maybe it being like unarmored armor. Hmm. 'Cause I feel like that would be something kind of cool. Your armor equals plus. Let's do this. Get rid of this. It's 2 runes. I can choose 2. I can cast runes. Plus 2. Increase your increase the amount of runes. Increase your next rune by 2. Resistance all non-magical weapon damage. Yeah. I think that's good. Yeah, I think it's good. Good. I do like this ability, but maybe there's another thing we can add. I wonder. I wonder if Barbarian already has a ability like that. So we might have to rename it. I don't think we do. I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay. I think we're good on the naming. So let's see here. Okay, so we got something wrong with that. We could do something similar to a monolith, but instead of it being a monolith, maybe they're like, maybe it's like a, oh, I have something. So instead of it being a monolith that's like a laser thing, we could do a like a graviton thing, like a graviton pole, something like that. Like an item that pulls creatures to it and locks them in place. I feel like that could be something cool. Floating. Floating, let's say. A small stone floating 5 feet off the ground. Creatures within, we'll say, 15 feet. The radius sphere must make a like 15 will be pulled to it. Taking force damage. At the start of their turn. You may spend and at the start of your turn, take 1d4 force damage. You may spend and action chant. Ooh. I think that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I think that's a pretty cool idea. A gravital stone, call it. Let's see. Oh, we could do that. I think this will be pretty damn cool. Runes that can restrain creatures. Make a to restrain a creature in place. You may also uh, choose a creature within 30 feet of you to make an attack. Make a spell attack to restrain with you. You do like be like let me use this ability on creatures within 30 feet of you that aren't restrained. Provided you succeed a contested grapple check. Okay, I think that's good. I think that's a cool idea. So then now we just need to figure out a third specialty. Or, I guess, do we really want to do Order of the Sound? Maybe? I honestly don't know. Do we want to do Order of the Sound? Do we want to do Order of the Sound? I honestly don't know. Let's see. We'll increase this to be like go with darkness rolls. Darkness crawls from the item. Blanketing. .15-foot radius. Radius sphere or yeah. Sweet shadow. And let's see, 5 feet in. Let's say like dim. Obscurity. I think that's pretty cool. But emanates darkness. And then maybe like bright light for this one. Or maybe not bright light, maybe damn. Darkness and what else? Because maybe not light, because there's already a light ability. Although this one is. Oh no, that's not that. I'm not too sure what else to put here. I mean, maybe just light, but damn. Let's see. guess I can. Oh, maybe. Let's see here. Ooh, that would be something interesting. Unable to make noise. That could be really, really cool. Just unable to make noise. Stealthy Runai, here we come. Okay. Like Sentry Stone, I don't know. I think we can call it that. Sentry Stone, we can call it that. Okay. There we go. And then... So far, it's coming along nicely. So far. Okay, so... We changed up order of the Rune Carver, which is... So that's the new specialty. We replaced the Blood Rune for that, where you can empower items by carving runes into them. So it's similar to enchanting, but not exactly. These runes last until you take a long rest, but can be broken if the item takes damage, which is in the game. Items do take damage. Armor can take damage. Weapons can take damage. But the cool part about it, now that'll be explained later on, the item can be cleansed of the rune. So there's also that. So there's like this limitation stuff, because the Aethera is the dedicated enchanter, where they actually learn enchantments to enchant stuff. But they're also a crafter, so they can make things as well. The two enchantments that you learn are going to be one where you can become resistant to being grappled, and then the other one is you can use your primary action to recall an item after you throw it. It's pretty cool. And then you can spend 6 AP to upgrade this ability to where darkness will crawl from the item, blanketing 15-foot radius sphere in complete darkness and an extra 5 feet in obscurity. And then another one is you are unable to make noise, which would be super cool. Both of them would be really cool for any kind of stealth operative infiltrating a base, or just wanting to become like this stealthy caster, if you will. And then there's where was it? Okay, so one of the last ability for the 2 AP section is you can summon ethereal versions of items, They must be able to be carried and maneuvered by one creature of size medium or small. The item lasts until it takes damage, where it will immediately vanish. And this item can only be used in an amount of your spellcasting resource, which is runes. Cool part about this item is that you could theoretically summon an ethereal version of a ladder and use that to infiltrate places or grab things and whatnot. You can make an ethereal version of a rope. Totally fine. Lockpicks. You could do that sort of stuff. We'll actually do non-magical ones to help balance it out. So it has to be a non-magical thing, so it can't be potions or poisons. So there we go. Already fixed that part. We added a gravital stone. So basically, a floating stone will appear, and any creatures within 15 feet of it will be sucked to it if they fail a 15 save, and they will take force damage. And then you could spend an action chance to increase that amount of force to by an additional 1d6. So now they're taking, they will take a 1d6 force damage on your turn. At the start of their turns, they will take 1d4 force damage. The other one for the 4 AP section is you can use your runes, the runes on your body, to restrain creatures, so long as that creature was grappled by you. So if you have a creature that's grappled, you can use your runes to then restrain them, and then you can like let go of them physically, and just they'll be restrained. They won't be able to move or do much. You can then upgrade that ability to be able to use your runes to restrain any creature within 30 feet of you, provided you succeed a contested grapple check, which I think is nice. We did change the Ancient's Gift, which is the 4 AP ability of Order of the Ancients. So now it's just unarmored armor, which would be 10 plus any magic skill that you have. And the benefits of this is you increase your max rune amount, which is your spellcasting resource, by 2, and then you gain resistance to non-magical weapon attacks. Pretty solid, I think. There is going to be another God, what was I thinking? I was thinking of a cool ability where you could how do I say this? I was thinking of a cool ability to where it was similar to, I forgot the spell name, but basically you put spells in a rune, and then you can activate the rune to cast the spell. But I wanted to put a twist to it where you could have the rune travel from you along a surface, and it'll just immediately activate. I was kind of thinking about that idea, but I'm just not too sure how it would work. I'm just not too sure about it. But so far, I think it's looking good. I think it's taking shape so far. think I think we might I think we might change Sentry Stone. Yeah. Uh,